Hey, welcome back to Always Learning. And what are we doing today? Well, today we're learning how to paint an interior door without a sprayer. Works same if you're doing a bunch of them or if you're doing just one, especially if you're just doing one or a small project. But this was a pine. We're going to make it into a barn door. It was pine, and so we went ahead and put an oil-based primer on it. And this is just Zinsser's primer. You can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, most big box stores. Probably Sherwin Williams. I don't know what their brand they carry, but it puts it on there and it's oil, so you won't get bleed through stains or tannins or even a lot of the knot holes. It's going to keep it from the wood. It's going to keep it from bleeding through. So we put 2 coats of that on, and then we're coming back. You want to get a fine bristle brush. We're using the Emerald. It's one of Sherwin Williams' top product. You can go with whatever. This is a semi-gloss. You can go with the flat. You can go with the eggshell, whatever you want. But we're going with the semi-gloss. And what we're going to do is you're going to brush on with this fine bristle brush. And then before it dries, we're going to take these dry, kind of like, I call them carpet roses, but they're just fuzzy. You put them on here. You're going to paint. And then before it dries, you're just going to go up once and back and over it. And what that does is it pulls off just enough paint. It gives it a spray-like effect. And it'll still settle as it dries, but it's going to give it more of a spray effect to look like you actually sprayed the door. So we're going to show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. You just get a whole bunch of these. This is a latex paint. This is oil-based primer. So oil-based, you're going to have to clean it with mineral spirits. And then I clean my brush with a brush cleaner solution at the end, and then run water through it. But these probably just throw away once you do the oil a couple times. But on the latex, you can wash them and then just let them dry, fluff them up with your hand, and use them again. So we'll probably use 2 on each side, clean them, but you've got plenty in this. It's pretty cheap, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to buy it online and get it dropped to your house. But we'll show you how to do it. Here you just take a fine bristled brush, as I said before, and you're just going to make sure you get all the cracks filled in. It depends on what kind of look you're looking for, whether you want it rough or you want it smooth. And then you're going to paint, with the grain. Keep nice strokes, kind of get it leveled as you can. Make sure you get it all filled in. And then once you get it filled in, you're just going to come back with your roller and go up and back and make sure there's no runs or no drips anywhere. It's all you're really kind of going to do. It's a real simple process. I did this with 2 coats of primer, and then with 2 coats or 3 coats of the latex paint coming on top, just to make sure it was covered. They were wanting a real just flat, solid door look, and since it was a rough pine, the 2 coats of primer and the 3 coats of paint really filled it in, so it gave it more of a smooth finished look. And then here you can see I'm just showing. This is just an up-close shot of what it kind of looks like. And you can see a little bit, and the camera work's not great, but you can see a little bit of what the splatter looks like and what the finish kind of looks like. On the latex paint side of it, you've got, I don't know, 8 of these bad boys. You're only going to really probably use 2 per side, so I just kind of rotate through them. You just want to make sure you get all the paint out of them, let them dry, fluff them up, and I don't know, 10 hours, they're pretty dry. If you want to dry them faster, you could probably throw them in your, once they're clean, you could probably throw them in your dryer to clean them up a little bit faster. So that's why I just buy the 10-pack. I can just rotate through them, and by the time I get back to them, they're dry and ready to go. But you want to do it when it's dry. Then for the brush, what I do, I mean, obviously between the primer and the paint, you've got to clean it because it's oil versus latex. But once I get it, I just get a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie, put the wet brush in there, get most of the air out, and zip it up. I do this when I'm painting in our rentals too, and it'll keep this brush wet and good to go for a long period of time. I painted this, I think, over I had to do 8 different coats on 2 sides for probably took me a week, and I just kept the same brush the same way, and it was fine. Because like I said, you're kind of re-wetting it. If it does get a little dried out, you can add a little water to it before you put it in there if you want. Here it again, up close look of what it looks like here in the center. And you can see when I came back the next times I filled in those cracks that you see with heavy paint, because as I said, they wanted a more finished look. If you didn't, you could just leave them. It's really personal preference. But by rolling this, you'll see here you get kind of a splatter look, and that makes it look like it was sprayed. Just gives it a better look, and you kind of helps eliminate any brush strokes if they don't settle out. You can also get this stuff that increases the flow so it dries slower and it settles more. But simple process, just stay with it. You got plenty of working time with the paint, especially if it's indoors. If you're out in the heated garage, it's going to be a quicker drying time. But if you just kind of make sure you go with the grain, keep your strokes good, and then come back and roll it right away before it dries, you'll be fine. Then it still has time to self-level a little bit. Anyway, give it a try, and let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching.